my channel. I'm Lynn. For those of you guys who do not know, I'm going to create this wildfire look for you guys, and so if you want to create this look with me, go ahead and keep watching. Alright guys, so the first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and prime our lids. I'm gonna go ahead and test this one out. It's a Thank Me Later eyeshadow primer, and we are going to just apply that onto our lid. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit on my finger, just so that way get a little bit. Alright, so now that the primer is applied, I am going to start by going into, I can't decide whether to go into the Jaclyn Hill palette or the James Charles palette. So let's take a look at these colors first. I couldn't even open it, oh my gosh. You obviously need a color to transition with, so I was thinking maybe more of like an orangey color, maybe like this one right here to kind of get the transition, maybe to get the transition shade. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this Morphe brush. To be honest, I don't know the names of my brushes. I know I got this in like a collection a couple years ago. So just go ahead and get a little bit onto the brush, and then we're gonna go ahead and just apply that. Oh my gosh, it's a lot darker than I thought it was gonna be. Good thing I started over here, because obviously I want this to be darker, or the outer corner to be darker than the inner corner. So I'm just go ahead and apply that in a circular motion, of course, all the way to the front of my eye, like so, and just keep blending that in because it was so harsh. Okay, so now that that is on there, I am going to do, okay, so I'm going to do this red right here in the James Charles palette, and just again dab that in there, and I'm going to put it maybe like in the middle of the eyelid, like so. Oh my gosh, I got something in my eye. Alright, so now that we have that red, I'm gonna look for a darker color to kind of show more of a burning effect in this eye. I opened it backwards. Alright, so here's the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm thinking maybe to go in with Heart On. Actually, I'm gonna go in with Living My Best, because that looks like a darker red. And I'm gonna go ahead and tap some off because I did grab a lot. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and plop it here. Oh, this red's way nicer. If you guys are looking for like a nice red, this one is pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and just cover that all up because I like this red a lot better. Like so. And I'm gonna go ahead now and probably use an orange color to get that flame effect. And I'm gonna go ahead and go back into the James Charles palette, and I know I saw a really pretty orange in there, and apply that just to the top of my eyelid right here. I'm gonna go ahead and just blend all of that in there. I think we're getting somewhere. I think we're definitely getting somewhere. Not good or bad, but like somewhere. Alright. So now I'm gonna go ahead, and what I'm doing is wiping off the brush with this, what is this called? The quick color switch, so that way I can keep using the same brush. It basically just feels like a sponge that I'm rubbing it off onto. So I'll just go and do. Reds are kind of harder to get out because they stain a little bit more, but I'm gonna go ahead and just. So now I'm gonna go ahead and use the James Charles yellow one right here, and just plop a little bit of that into the inner, not the inner corner, but like the inner part of the eye. So I did put a little bit on there. I think I'm just gonna substitute it for a gold because I don't like the way that yellow looks there. I'm just gonna put gold there, it's fine. It'll work, trust me. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go with the darker just to represent the burning, the everything that's on fire. And I'm gonna go ahead and go back into the James Charles palette with this color right above the black. And I'm gonna go ahead and just wipe a little bit of that off because as you can tell, that's very dark and it needs to be blended. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just go like so. You know what? I'm gonna use a different brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and use, see, I like when the brushes have the name of them on here so I can explain what brush I'm using. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Morphe M441. And I'm just going and getting from the outer corner, going in a circular motion into the inner corner of the eye. So that way you're going in like a rainbow effect. So now I'm going to use a black color because I like the way this looks, but I think it could be darker and I don't want to apply more of it just because it is more of a brown. So we're gonna use a black. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the black inside here called Temptress. I can't read, don't judge me. And just get a little bit onto the brush like so. I'm gonna actually blow on it and then just like I can't believe I just did that. So I'm gonna go ahead and blow onto the brush because there is a lot of pigment on here. And then just apply that into the outer corner of the eye, like so. See, I think that's so much better. It just needs to be blended more, but like this is really dark. And I'm just gonna go ahead and bring that like this. You can always go in after to apply more red, which is probably what I'm going to do, just so that way I can get that still red effect and it's not so dark. Like that. And then again, I'm gonna go ahead and go into here and brush it off. Okay. I mean, black is a very, very strong color to use, especially on a brush. And look at how well it was off. Just off. It's gone. Okay. So now I'm gonna go back in with the red just to kind of fix right here, make it blend a little bit better. And I'm going to go back in with the Live in My Best with the Jaclyn Hill. And just again, and then apply onto the eyelid like so. Alrighty, so there's that. I guess you could say this eye looks fire. Just, I'm sorry, that was really bad. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and put a gold into the inner part of the eye, and it's just gonna enhance the yellow that I put in earlier because I felt like it kind of mixed and it didn't look so great with it. I personally love Jaclyn Hill's first palette with all of her shimmers. I think they were amazing and the pigment on them were amazing. I use my fingers to apply it onto my lids, so if you are gonna cringe at me doing that, just go ahead and skip it a little bit so that way you don't see it and you don't cringe. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with Talia right here and just get her with my finger and apply it onto the inner corner of my eye, so like that. And I'm gonna put it in the inner corner too, just to have that kind of look. I think it represents more of like the sparks of all of this. So if you couldn't tell, the gold is the sparks, the red is the flame, and then the black on the outer corner is the burning. I'm gonna just go ahead and apply a little bit more. Like I said, I like the way it comes out onto my skin with my finger. As you can tell, like, look at that. That is beautiful. So now that we have the inner corner of the eye, I'm gonna go ahead and smoke out the under eye of it all. I'm gonna go ahead and just use this little brush to get some of the darker color and the red and just apply it under my eye. You want to apply it under the waterline of your eye. And so what I'm doing is I'm just going to mix them. So now that I have the colors on my brush, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of look up and apply under the eye. And if you want, you can go ahead and just pull your eye down a little bit to get a little bit closer. I know once I get to the inner corner, I kind of blink a little bit more and kind of freaks me out a little bit. But it's okay. So there's the finished look of my wildfire eye. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera. Alright guys, I am back. After doing this eye, I went ahead and put some eyeliner on as well as some lashes and some lipstick just to kind of complete the look. If you want to go ahead and see what I put on my face before, it's going to go ahead and be down in the description. And this look is definitely very interesting. I've never put yellow on my eyes before and I love it. So maybe you guys will be seeing more looks with some yellow in it. It's very beautiful. It's different. It's something that I never thought about. And you know, living in California, I'm pretty close to the fires. Like this past week, I feel like the sky has been very like dark and gloomy, and you just see all the smoke and the ashes and everything. And I just wanted to give a thanks to all of the firefighters and first responders out there risking their lives every day to make sure everyone is safe and to contain these fires. And I'm going to go ahead and leave in the description a site that you can go ahead and help donate to wildlife fires to help contain them and stuff like that. Alright guys, so if you think this look was fire, go ahead and comment a fire emoji, blow up that like button, and subscribe. Alright guys, I'll be back with more videos. Bye!